My wife, Monica.
Hi, Frank.
Cool.
Hi, Frank.
Cool. Good. Yeah. So is that a video that you're playing, or is that your live rig? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I could see you. I just wasn't sure if it was recorded from before. Excellent. Yeah, Peaked SF and then the Visions of a New World were the last two shows I did, and the last two live events that they had, that each of those venues had. Crazy. Let's see some people. Yeah, I see. How many of these have you done now? It's been about a year or so. Right. Okay. Yeah, because you were going live kind of more on the random, right? Besides the thing you were doing at LinkedIn. You were, yeah, that was regular, but you were also kind of, I remember you every once in a while. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah, it's a commitment. Good years, Booster. Voices in his head.
Hello everyone, welcome back. So happy to see you today. I've got Alphastare with us. We're gonna talk a little bit about music, modular synth, many other things. I see many people have joined already. Malaki, Shmushter, Piff Puff. Alphastare is there also on the chat. Who do I miss? I think I saw Rose, and more people are coming in. So let's go, and first with the intro. Right, okay. This is not Alphastare, this is Dave that joined us on the show. So Alphastare, say something so we can see you.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, here we go.
All right, now it's me.
No, it's you. Yeah. So Dave Wabi-Sabi joined us also from Seattle. He will be asking some questions. So Dave, if you want to come in or speak, there's a little raise your hand. I'll see it, and then I'll move to you. Welcome, Alphastare. How are you doing?
Doing great. How's everything?
Doing good. I don't know. Saturday.
Beautiful day. Birds are chirping.
Yeah. Yes. I had last week Tanuki's Padakat. That was really nice. With she's got electronic cello, and she's been doing also some modular piece.
Yeah, I've actually met her before. I'm pretty sure she did one of the Touch the Gear events that I did a couple of years ago.
I met her. Yeah, I met her at the show organized by Lakeland Fisher. And she was performing with Doug Liner. It was quite cool.
That's cool. I'd love to see Doug. I haven't seen him yet.
Yes. I see Benjamin Aizo is here. Katsin TV. Amanda, she was on the show before. I see Datalek. I see Mariana. Welcome, everybody. Let's go a little bit over the news. Everybody knows my website, pitchymango.org. Please have a look. Just want to remind everybody that this show is possible because of all these people that are supporting me on the Bandcamp. So if you want to join, I think it's $20 a year, cheaper than Patreon. FranckMartinBandcamp.com, you can become a supporter. I still do a little bit of promo. I've got a quadraphonic DVD on Bandcamp, Symphony. I'm exploring quadraphonic. So if you want to grab it and play it on your home theater system, that would be awesome. I've got good news. Peak is back. So next Wednesday, I think 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Sorry, I've got the time here. Yeah, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. there will be a Peak. I should give you the link to the Instagram page, and they've got also a YouTube channel. I think I've got it here. So I had the better, yeah. They don't have yet 100 subscribers because they just decided to stream it live in a different format before it was done from the office. So there's a bit.ly link, so it's easier to remember. And if you can subscribe and get them to 100 so they can have a more memorable link, please do so. So it's next Wednesday, 7 p.m., 9 p.m., and Fez and myself will be performing. And Alphastare, you perform at Peak, if I recall.
Yeah, I did the last one that they had in the physical location. Yeah, so the 11th they did, and they were about to do their year. You're wearing that Podmod shirt, actually. Tim Podmod was supposed to come and do his first year of Pod. Was it second year, something. He was having like a dual anniversary with the Beat guys, and they were going to do a thing on their year anniversary, but that was like right when all the shit hit the fan.
Yeah. So,
yeah, the last live performer at the.
Yeah, they had some cool performers, and also they had the person who created, I forgot his name, but the person who creating VCV came to do a demonstration of how VCV works and everything, so that was cool also.
Yeah, the guys from Music of Things too did that demo. I think like one before the 11th, I think it was the 10th one that they did. The guys from, I think they're from Europe somewhere. They have a whole new gestural tech thing with, just different devices that you can use, and it's a modular to be able to gesturally control parameters.
Oh yes, remote control, like you kind of wear a ring and then.
Right,
if I recall, you wear a ring and then with your hand movement you can control the module. What else? So we have coming up, put up on beimproviser.com the next resident that will be on 11th of August. So if you want to sign up, then the sign up form is on beimproviser.com. I'll put it soon on Facebook, but I try to get people on non-Facebook link first. So you can sign up there if you want.
That was fun.
Yes, and you performed last Tuesday, if I recall.
Yeah, it was my first time doing it. I could never really get to that one. Also in the physical, when it was happening physically, so the day of the week it was on.
Yeah, it's in San Francisco, and getting at 8 in San Francisco when you live outside is sometimes complicated.
Yeah, I live in San Francisco, but still, getting it that night of the week is suffering. But it's cool. I mean, I'm glad that happens. I like to watch it live and everything and see all the different people come out.
Yeah, and we had a good show of people. I'm trying to remember. There was Monoscene. There was Saddle the Robot. So Monoscene is from Colorado, Modular Synth Society.
Loya.
Yeah, Loya is from France.
Yeah, he was amazing. I really enjoyed his set. That was a new one to me. It was a new discovery for me.
Yeah, that's cool.
Check out Loya.
Yeah, I see him going live on Facebook, I don't know, nearly every day for a couple of minutes.
Excellent.
We had that Sensor Music also. I see him on the chat. Amanda was there from Cats and TV, and I saw her, she's on the chat. And yourself, so we had a good. And Fez also did a little piece too. So yeah, we got a good run of artists.
It's nice to be able to do events that I couldn't do before. Now that we have the streaming realm, it's a whole new world opened up. Awesome.
Yeah, we lost the public connection, but on the other hand, then we get many more friends from all over the world now.
Yeah, exactly. Those people in this chat, they're probably from Europe. I'm assuming.
Oh well, Piff Puff joined the video call the last time, so that was cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from Europe and England, and I've been meeting a lot of people from all over the planet right now. It's really awesome. The world has gotten a bit smaller.
Yes. And we have Resonant Frequency that will be on Sunday, 2nd August. I don't think I've seen a link for signing up, but that should start to appear. I think Mark, Electric Kitchen, posted on Be Improviser and Facebook also, so that's a cool show too. And I think Bandcamp, August 19, I've got that on my list. I think that's Friday where they do, where they waive their fees and pass all the money to the artist. Okay, we are all over the universe, says Schmuster. Yes, indeed. And everybody saying hi. And Samantha, Sam is here too, so it's our cat.
And cat's in. Cat. Yes. Cat's in.
Cat on synthesizer in space. Cool. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. She does a very nice, I don't know, weekly demo and talk and all kind of stuff. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, Cat's in school. She's been at it for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's like for a while.
And next week I will have Sarah Bell Reid, who also mix, I don't know, trumpet with Modular Synthesizer, and she's also a Buchla fan.
That's exciting. She's amazing. I've been following her for a while. I actually met her about 3 years ago. We both performed at the NorCal Noise Fest in Sacramento, which is an event that I've done on and off over the years. I'm actually doing it this year too. They're just doing, video. They can only do it for, they might try and do some live, but she performed with her duo Burnt Dot. which is her, and I forget the guy's name, Brian Gaston, something like that. She's done some demos with that guy as well, with her gestural tech, that Migsy tech. So I've seen her a bunch of times, and she's done some really cool demos, some really cool just tech stuff. She's really brilliant. That's going to be an exciting show for you.
Yeah, no, I've seen her performing, so yeah, that should be quite cool. Also, I want to learn more about the I don't know the booklet. I don't know what she will choose to talk about, but
yeah, that's interesting. Definitely ask her about the Migsy stuff. Stuff's fascinating.
And I've got Alphastare, so that's your Bandcamp, and I'm going to start by the usual question. So, who are you?
My name is Jeff. Let's see. I've been in San Francisco since 2006, and before that, I was in LA from actually 2003. Sorry, I was in Los Angeles from about 96 to 2003, and before that, I was in Buffalo, where I grew up. So I kind of started doing music and stuff back in Buffalo. Originally got into music when I was really young. As a kid, used to have a lot of vinyl. And my mom used to collect records when I was younger, so I kind of got that bug pretty early on, just kind of going through all the crazy records and stuff and discovering some mostly pop and common stuff, a lot of classic rock and soul and funk and all that. So I kind of cut my teeth on that stuff early, Elvis and then Motown, the staples, but she had a few things tucked in there that were a little bit off the beaten path, like for instance the Martin Sabatnik's album, Silver Apples. She had a copy of. She also had a copy of that first Yellow Magic Orchestra album with computer and song, computer music or whatever that was on it. And I remember staring at those covers as a kid. These memories kind of came back later on as I started getting deeper into synthesizers and stuff. But I do have those vague memories of staring at those covers and just wondering what the hell all that's about. But the Yellow Magic Orchestra album had the Medusa there, which was all wired and stuff, and the back of it was just them standing there in these suits, these synthesizers behind them, the wall of synths, and the same thing with the Martin Sabatnik stuff. It's just so cryptic and interesting, the sounds of it. And my mom actually had switched on Bach also, and I really could never get into that one because I just kind of always had a version of that style of classical music, I guess. In general, I kind of still do, but the more abstract stuff is definitely interesting. But I remember listening to that and then also listening to the Martin Sabatnik album, definitely being intrigued by that as a kid, maybe 9 years old or something, just completely getting lost in that world. But I'd forgotten about all that stuff until way later on, in my musical journeys. So it all kind of started with the records, and still to this day, it's like a big influence on me as vinyl.
So maybe what's the last vinyl you got?
I thought you might ask me that actually. I just picked up Project Records had a sale, and Steve Roach's album Bloom Ascension just came out last year, so I picked that one up, and that one's pretty.
Yeah, if you have it.
That's this one. This is all Eurorack, and Synthesizer.com is on this, and some Oberheim stuff. But it's pretty cool. It's kind of that Berlin school, just sort of like,
nice.
Sort of thing, kind of Klaus Schultz-ish. Schultz-ish.
Yes.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't do a shout out on these records I just got these a couple of weeks ago. And these are good because my Colin Benders fans and friends are out there in the world. But I got 3 of these. So this label Store, the Netherlands, STOOR, they have a studio where they basically will have guys come in and do, kind of experimental sessions with them. And then some of the stuff gets pressed up, not pressed, actually cut by hand on a lathe. And packaged beautifully. I got 3 of these Colin Benders releases from last year. And they all come in these like archival packages with these like magnetized flip top, opening.
Nice.
Static free inner and everything like that, and the actual vinyl is just gorgeous wax. It's all hand cut. They do 50 each, and I just got those a couple weeks ago in the mail, so those are the most recent things I picked up. Pretty exciting stuff. This is all modular music also.
Yes, there's a good following on Modular Synth to vinyl, and I think, on Bandcamp, that's, either via Bandcamp or either via your own store. People that support indie artists like to have physical things. That's a little bit the way they support people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've always been about the physical thing. I put out one record before with a rock band, which is a big accomplishment. I've always wanted to be on my own piece of vinyl, so I have accomplished that. I'd like to put out some electronic music on vinyl for sure. So I'm looking for some small press type place, that I can do a small come out, or maybe even a late cut, 10-inch or something like that. Just do some releases that way, or cassettes.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, tape. I guess tape is tape or CD is cheapest you can get, and vinyl you need to make sure that you're gonna sell a certain numbers if you want to recover the cost of making it. But vinyl and CD are very accessible.
Yeah, it's getting to where you can find small places that do smaller runs anyway. You can probably find somebody to do 100 records, I think today.
Yeah. Tape and CD are accessible because the reproduction costs are not that high.
Yeah.
While vinyl is a little bit more involved.
Yeah, I did one CD years ago. It was fun. I'll probably do another CD at some point. People seem to still enjoy those.
Yeah. I'm just checking if I've got still Dave on the call. Ah, yes, Dave. Dave is quiet. I don't know if you want to ask question, Dave. Please raise a hand and then ask.
See his lips moving, but I don't hear him.
Would like to speak? Yeah, speak, Dave. Okay. No, I can't hear you. I think you're muted or something like that. Did I mute everybody?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but no, you look like muted, Dave. And I don't think. No, you're not muted. That's no, I don't want to mute. So I can't hear you, Dave. We'll go back to Alphastare. Once you figure it audio, I will hear you, and then we'll get back to you.
We'll come back to Dave.
Yeah, or sometime you just need to reload the browser and then reconnect.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Dave and I haven't met him in person yet, so I'd like to hear his voice.
Yes. Mariana is asking, how did we meet? Where did we meet?
How did you and I meet?
Yeah.
Right? When did we meet? We met, I think, at one of those Robot Speak events a few years ago, which I think was when you were just starting to get into the...
Yeah, I think so also.
Right.
Did you perform at Robot Speak?
No, I've never performed there.
Okay.
I've never even really shopped there. I'd really like to support that place, but it's kind of hard for me to get over there also across town, and a lot of times what I'm looking for is just, I find it
I think
in other places, but yeah, I love the store, and I love that they're there, and I love the vibe. It's like the hub of the local modular scene, I think.
Yeah, I used to go religiously to the Church of the Super Surge.
Yeah.
Once a month on Saturday was a good outing, and I guess I met you there.
Yeah, definitely. We met a couple of them, I think, before other events.
Yeah, like after resonant frequencies.
Right.
Yeah, I only performed once at Robot Speak, but that was cool. And I saw also you came to our show, FM+1 Mystery Event, I think.
Yeah, I was at both. Well, two of those. Did you do 3 or just 2?
We did 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I still have to release the third one.
Yeah, I did the first. I was at the first and third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were awesome.
The last one was in January, Feb of this year. I don't know, last century.
Yeah, it's so surreal. It's so recent. Yeah, so it seems so long ago.
Yeah, Dave wanted to speak.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know why it defaulted to my my interface rather than my mic, so that's weird. But hey, Alphastare, you probably know me as DB Pollen on.
Yeah, I just put that together, man. What's up, brother?
Yeah, how you doing, brother? It's good. Good to meet you finally.
Yeah.
Hey, we were talking, Frank, you and I were talking about, or we were on our Zoom chat a few weeks ago. We were talking about doing, possibly looking at doing a vinyl, right? And I think Nathan was on at that time, and we found out it was like $2,000 or something for a run of, I don't know, was it 100 or 50 or I forgot what it was.
It sounds like a lot for that much, but maybe for a couple hundred.
Yeah.
At $10 a record, that sounds pretty steep.
Yeah, it must have been for 100 or more. So it wasn't, it came out to kind of an okay price if everyone chips in. So, something we can talk about. That'd be kind of cool.
I shop around. That sounds a little steep because it seems like you should build, most places won't do that many even. Maybe it was because it was that few. You probably want to even look at like doing a couple of 250, which isn't a ton more, but it's a bit more, but it probably cut your cost quite significantly.
Yeah.
That's something to look into for a bunch of people to put in on a split or something like that, or a comp.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, that would be pretty cool to do.
Yeah, I don't think it's too expensive, but the problem is that the minimum run is like maybe 300, 500, so...
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I think some places you can get away with like 200, 250. There's some smaller presses that are doing, they're kind of trying to cater to the independent artists. They're seeing that, that's a need in the market these days. And, it's like before in the past, you couldn't get less than 500 records, Yeah. Now it's like, you should be able to do 200 or 300. Some places you would do maybe 100, but it's going to be a little steep at that level.
Yeah, I think the problem is a minimum run and the amount of money you need to put forward, like $3,000 minimum. And to recover it, then you need to make sure that you're going to sell about 100 of them.
Right, and mastering, of course, that costs money.
Yeah. Well, mastering. If you self-produce, but mastering for vinyl is a little bit tricky.
True. Yeah, you want to leave that to the professionals. I don't mess with mastering vinyl for sure. I'll master my own thing for a Bandcamp release or something, just for my own. It's almost like putting out a cassette or a demo or something. How I do it, but I would leave major mastering for a record. That's like.
And mastering for Bandcamp is relatively easy. You upload it to Bandcamp. If it's not good, then you can re-upload it.
Right.
Once 500 vinyl are pressed, then you're done.
Yeah, I know. I was just reading in Unknown Pleasures, the Joy Division biography. The guy's talking about how they're pressing with their first 7-inch that they pressed. It just sounds like garbage, and they still tried to sell them, because they were super desperate. But he just really regretted that whole decision. He's like, we should have never.
Je me sers ces cassettes for the win, Cassettes are also, the reproduction is easy.
Yeah. Cassette's a little different though. Your fidelity is a little bit limited, but that's cool for certain kinds of music. I think cassettes are a pretty awesome format. I still have four tracks that I use. I have a couple of Tascams. One of them, my 424, actually the motor just died on my cassette player, so I'm kind of bummed about that. I have to get that fixed at some point. But I still have a 414 that I use quite a bit. And I still collect cassettes from time to time.
And I see something behind where there's a white cable. Is that tape or an oscillator?
This thing is it's an old kit. It's like an oscillator. It's a RF generator, but it's empty.
Okay.
Right. It was like an old kit that somebody either didn't make or just made and it got gutted at some point. So I found a bunch of old sort of test equipment style stuff that a guy had passed away and was giving away a bunch of his family was giving away a bunch of stuff. So we kind of came across a few artifacts, but nothing really functional or useful. Just cool and stuff.
Stopping a little bit the screen. I wanted also to ask you. How did you come to Modular?
So going back to when I was in Buffalo and getting into playing music in the early 90s, I'd say 1990 or so is when I first started. Well, actually, if we go back a few years, maybe in the late 80s, I was already starting to discover, I was coming out of the punk scene and coming out of the hardcore scene and getting into more abstract stuff and a little bit darker music. So that's when I was kind of discovering Robin Gristle, artists like Robin Gristle and Coil, apocalyptic folk stuff like Current 93 and Death in June and some kind of weird stuff like that, more esoteric stuff, but There's definitely like the coil end of things, and I started sending like out and were heavy industrial. So that kind of stuff was kind of where I started getting into electronic music, while other people were kind of going off into the direction of like what was kind of becoming techno and that sort of thing. So I'd say about 1987 or so when I started getting into all that kind of stuff. And then by 1990, I was inspired to do, like, one of my first bands was an experimental band, basically, that was put together for whatever event. We'd either like somehow scam our way onto an event and just show up and borrow people's equipment and then just kind of make a ruckus. Or we would, a lot of this happens in Buffalo, so there were like a lot of keggers, like college parties. So there was like a lot of knuckleheads hanging out, and just like there'd be a couple bands playing, playing some covers or something like that, and kind of get up there and just like, just kind of lay waste and make a bunch of noise. And a lot of it ended up coming out sounding kind of cool, so that was like interesting. It was like actually, it was a way you can just make noise and not know what you're doing and actually kind of pay attention to what you're doing with it to each other. You can kind of come up with something that sounds interesting. So that band lasted about a year. We just kind of played around different venues and stuff. And some of the members, it was always rotating members, so there'd be every show be a different person. I kind of find somebody that day and just make them wear that mask and say, you're the singer today. So, and then we just go and do it. And then some of the people would go off and do shows also without me being involved. Just kind of funny, like satellite band sort of thing. So I was doing noise for years, and then just experimental stuff and getting up in front of people and just trying to do interesting sounds with effects. I was playing a guitar through a bass amp with a bunch of effects, and vocals were usually going through some kind of delays, and that sort of stuff was just heavily manipulated. So that was my first forays into electronic-ish music, like trying to like go down that direction. And then I moved to Los Angeles in 1996 and started playing. I kind of got back into just band stuff again. I was playing with this band called the Flesh Eaters, who were the old LA first wave LA punk band. They originally came out in the late 70s. But they were still doing some stuff all through the 80s, and then we did one record in the late 90s. And then I played with them for about 5 years and just kept just doing the guitar thing for a bit. And the band thing, the LA thing, and all that kind of started eventually getting to me. So I did my own band for a while and got bored of that. And then when I moved up to San Francisco, a couple of years after that, I kind of started getting back into like just synthesizers and stuff. I started collecting little like monotrons, just kind of doing little recordings, of my own. So I'd say I got back to the electronic end of things around 2012 or so.
Okay.
Maybe. And since then, I've been just kind of dabbling in that stuff. I discovered Modular about 5 years ago, and then I started buying Modular about 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's.
So I came to it from the experimental end of things, through that whole.
Yeah, it's about the time also I got into Modular. I came in the Bay around 2011 and started to look at Modular and starting to get some facet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's quite interesting.
It was a slow journey. I started with the Mother 32, like a lot of people. That was my gateway.
Yeah.
So Modular, so I picked up one of those. I probably had that for about 6 years now or so.
Yeah, and I can see it in the background.
Yeah, I still use it extensively, so.
Yeah, no, it's a cool unit. It's not too expensive and it's got everything to get started.
Yeah, definitely. You can just play it right out of the box.
Yeah.
Then I was just really intrigued by the morphaging, because I've always been, like I said, I kind of did noise and experimental stuff, so I've always been into sampling, samplers, and just manipulating sound and that sort of thing. So the morphaging was kind of like, you might as well just get into Modular at least, because I could really utilize that thing, even if I don't get like a whole bunch of stuff, people at least have that and some a couple things. But over time, I started accumulating more things, and it's just like an interesting journey.
Yeah. I've got a request here. I don't know. That Alex say you have to say Waza at least once.
Waza! Waza. You guys say it.
Here we go. Now they can do a meme about it. Somebody did a screenshot and and can do a meme about it. But yeah, that's cool. Everybody at CPFAF is impressed also by your vinyl collection. A reminder for people, if you want to ask a question, just put it in the chat or just join the video call. It's all cool. Don't worry. See, Benjamin Iso is here. All right, so everybody is okay. Achievement unlock. You say weather. The Morphagen is quite an interesting piece. I'm using it a lot for for like background music or noise or interesting effect. I'm not using or haven't figured it out yet to do. I think I spoke about it. I need to. Or to record and play immediately. I usually load sample and then I dial in the sample.
Are you loading your samples into it?
Yeah, I'm loading my samples into it.
I haven't even really figured out how to do that yet. I just use it totally live on the fly. I just plug stuff right into it, either from my phone or from whatever.
Okay. That's
record it in. Yeah. And once I'm done with it, I just delete it.
Yeah, that's the part I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah,
but live in the performance, so I've got a line, I record it, and I play it live in the performance at the same time.
Gotcha. So you're doing more like musical stuff through it. I use it more for just just recordings off my phone.
Okay.
Field recordings, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to play some drums maybe with it. That I think I tried once, and that was really interesting. Loading it up with some drum samples, and can't forget it, But
I've got my phone and I've got a stereo mic on the phone, so I can record sample. I go in the street and record some sample, do a little bit of music concrete, and then use Isotope RX to put the sample together and put markers, so that's my splice, and I just load it.
What are you recording into on your phone?
The phone app, I've got a Shure microphone, a stereo that connect. And
so you're just recording right into your voice memo?
There's a phone app. The app will do the recording stereo and everything, and I can see meters.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Because I'm using this external microphone, which is stereo.
Okay, and you just attach that to your phone?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because
I've got a better mic for my phone. I just use the phone mic, which is kind of crappy. But I was going to recommend for people, there's an app that I use. I don't know if it's still available. I think it is, though. I just had it on here for so long, but it's called the Twisted Wave recording app, the TW recorder. Mm-hmm. And it's just really easy to chop files on the fly because it records right into a WAV file. You can open that up and look at it. And you can even chop out little ticks and stuff, you do just the sound of, like a click or something like that. That's bugging you, like that kind of thing. And also just export it pretty easily to other apps or to, Dropbox or what have you. It's really good for just on the fly, field recording type stuff. Much better than the memo app that comes in the phone.
I see people are trying to video chat login. I see sometimes some selling video, but I haven't had anybody speaking. People have joined last Tuesday, so you should remember how to do that. And I don't know if any will sell. Somebody is asking, Mariana is asking, how did you pick up your nickname, Alphastare?
That's actually a lyric from a 13th Floor Elevators song. There's a band called the 13th Floor Elevators out of Texas. They're like one of the original psychedelic bands, American psychedelic bands. And they had a song called She Lives in a Time of Her Own. So I'll just Google that song and check out the lyrics. It's pretty far out.
Okay, cool. Oh, Schunster says he's the one who came in. All right. So you need to point your camera at the face and check the audio. However, I see it's we are at half time of the show, so that's usually when we've got the performance. So you prepare the piece for us, and then we'll talk about your setup and also what t-shirt you are wearing.
Cool.
All right, so let's go for the performance, and see you. Well, we are going to listen to it and together, and then we carry on the discussion and questions. So listen to it, prepare your question.
comes from strategic innovations, detecting recognizing through science the internet.
Welcome back. So that was an awesome piece, Alphastare. So a lot of people asking if you had some cesium in one of your modules.
If I had what?
Cesium, radioactive decay.
Yeah, possibly. You never know. Things get into modules, I've heard.
Yes.
Unknown substances. Questionable crystals.
A lot of people say bravo. I see DB Poirin was there, Sinsor, Dylan Sang is here, Franck Semi, who did I saw? Yomi Katamura, Datalek. Awesome. Oh, and we've got Pifaf who's joined us also. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Spring Punks in the world. Brilliant sound that Alpha. Thank you so much for the vibe too.
Right on, brother. You know it.
No worries.
Your support is awesome, dude.
So Alphastare provided us a little bit some picture from your gear. So I don't know, P5, can you mute when you're not? Okay. It's okay, I muted him because I was getting some feedback. So P5, if you want to talk, just raise the hand on the application and I will know, and then we'll move the screen back to you. Yeah, so I don't know, your usual question, can you describe a little bit your gear?
Let's see, you can see the morphogene up in the upper left-hand corner. That was the first module. I'm still hearing feedback from somebody.
Yeah. No, so it's okay. It's muted.
Let me take my image bigger here.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm again back.
All right, so the morphogene, and then I've got the mass. I got a couple of make noise modules. That was one of the first companies I was attracted to because they're like American, which is cool. I wanted to kind of start with that. Supporting an American company just in general. So I got a bunch of that stuff first. I got the morphogene and the maths, pressure points in there. I have a rosy output module in the other rig that you'll see in a bit. And then on that top row, you'll see that the Erica Fusion VCO with the two tubes in it, which is pretty cool. It has a really nice warm sound to it. I got one of those from Perfect Circuit, and then after the one that I got, they stopped selling them for some reason there. I think you can only really get them from the company, from Erica Synth, or they stopped making it. I'm not sure. But there's that guy, and then right next to that is another tube module. That's the bizarre Jezebel Chloe module. It's a low pass gate and a filter with a tube in it by a Russian company called Bizarre Jezebel. I found that one on Reverb. And then I mentioned earlier that I was a big Robin Gristle fan, so I was actually pretty stoked when Future Sound Systems did this project with Chris Carter for the Gristleizer stuff, so I picked up one of those modules. I'd like to get maybe a couple more of them eventually. But I got the Gristleizer, what's this one? The TG2. And then next to that is the Spectral Devastator, which is just an insane filter, dual filter by the Future Sound System guys. Very aggressive, pretty interesting and harsh. I guess it gets harsh. And then that second row is, let's see, I got a Zlob module.
No, we don't have to go on every modules, but I guess
okay,
there's a couple of them that you find interesting.
The more interesting ones anyway. Like the Zlob module is a cool little company, also an American company. And then just below that are those the school FMO Benthi modules, which are Peter Blasser's Eurorack modules, which are pretty interesting. That's the Chat Lombard guy. So I like those pieces down there for a lot of freaky stuff, like that Mr. Grassi module, which is the touch plate module. It was pretty interesting to put on just about anything and just get insane results.
Yeah, the Chat Lombard is an interesting way of making music or interacting with instrument.
Yeah. So that's most of that rig. The other stuff is just pretty much, cookie cutter stuff, like the Pittsburgh modular oscillators. I just kind of got into tracking down some of their stuff. That's like their original oscillators. Those are pretty straightforward, but just amazing sounding. and just other stuff that most people kind of already know about, like the Tuini. I think everyone's got the Tuini.
Yeah.
There's an STO in there from Make Noise also. It's a nice oscillator.
Yeah.
The other rig that I sent you should flip to that one. That's just more kind of drum focused. So I got the LDB drums up in the upper left and the Endorphins Black Noir drums in there. And then I just picked up that ADDAC T-Nets module, which is pretty cool sounding, like kind of tom sounds and different sorts of just, I don't know, interesting sounds that you can also CV and pitch up and stuff. So I've been messing with that one lately. That one's actually pretty interesting. The Panharmonium, Rawson Panharmonium, that's a big module. Also pretty beautiful effects and stuff. Like,
and if I'm not mistaken, so Dave Rossum is one of the founder of EMU synthesizer, if I recall.
Right. Yeah, he's another one of those guys that's been around the scene for a really long time. It's like one of those wizards that we have, you know.
Yeah.
Paul Schreiber, all those guys. They kind of describe those guys as like warlocks, basically. You know, they're just magician.
Yeah, what's fun is EMU synthesizer were based in Santa Cruz, so just south of San Francisco.
Right. Yeah, the Rawson stuff is pretty cool. I like their line. You know, I like to check out some more of their modules. But I love the Panharmonium. I've barely really gotten super deep into it. It's just I like to just kind of keep it in a certain couple of different settings and just run different things through it, and it usually just ends up sounding really nice, you know.
Yeah.
And then you can really modulate it as well. You can get into messing with the parameters and stuff, but that gets a little deeper. That's pretty much it for that rack. The other stuff is kind of common, you know, like the Hamlet New Workout, Tempe, clocking stuff.
Yeah, so common modules. I think Franck Semi was saying you need to join the Tech Talk channel on the Colin Bender's Discord.
Yeah, he's being a funny guy.
So you can ask, so you can explain more all your modules.
Yeah.
Carry on this discussion. Before we talk also a little bit about the Discord and the community, because I see you are present in many channels and groups.
Totally on you, you know, like right when we were talking earlier about the Colin Bender streams, you know, he started streaming from lockdown, you know, early in March or maybe mid-March or something. And he went and did like 60 something in a row, like day after day after day. He only missed a couple. But some of the people that were joining that first few streams when he came back were also around his older streams, which were like a few years ago. And I remember watching some of those streams live and seeing Colin Bender's back then, even this was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago or something, 4 years ago. He was like one of the first people I saw on the Modular, who was doing really musical stuff. You know, I'd been seeing some demos around at the time. This was also when I was kind of researching it first, you know, so just trying to find out different things about it and trying to see what people were doing with it. And most of what I was seeing then was just a lot of noise. And, you know, I hear this commonly because it's just kind of what was going on at the time, but, you know, just kind of random stuff, you know, not very well recorded, you know, just phone microphone just held up to the speaker or whatever. And then Colin Bender's one, and this was all stuff like videos that had been prepared by people too, you know, so they like recorded it and just like maybe edited it or did a few runs throughs and put up, you know, these kind of substandard, whatever, you know. I've done it before. I've shown both times and my stuff too. Just works in progress, not always pretty. But, you know, he was going live and on the spot doing, like, that was like the first hack from scratch type stuff I'd ever seen. You know, you just go live with a blank wall of, you know, this huge rig, start with a sound and a couple oscillators and just start building up this like gorgeous piece. And over the course of the day, you'd come up with like a well-orchestrated piece of music with like all sorts of movement and like melody and counterpoint, and like he obviously had studied music, you know, so I kind of figured that out from the get-go. But anyway, he started streaming again during this lockdown, and a bunch of people just kind of came back to the stream, and we all kind of met in the chat. And by the first week, he had fired up the Discord, and so people kind of just started joining that, and you know, it started pretty slow, but now we have about 4,000 people over there. I've been a community mod over there for quite a while. From like, you know, the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I think there's a Colin Bender live just I don't know, started in a few minutes or so.
Yeah, he's about to go live in a little bit.
Yeah, then you're gonna join and soon.
Yeah. So anyway, that kind of exploded into that, and then from that Discord, I started kind of seeing a couple of the other ones. So there's a few modular Discords that have been popping up, and I'm in about 6 or 7 of them right now. And there's a lot of the same people in a lot of them. There's a lot of cross fertilization between the scenes, like Colorado Modular Synthesizer guys and New York Modular Synthesizer guys, and John O. Wells, and SoCal, he does stuff with, he does World Modular, and SoCal Synth Society people. We're all doing events and kind of jumping on each other's events. And Portland and Seattle have their scenes up there, so the Discords are like pretty interesting and also reminiscent of the early days of Facebook when there was a lot of just kind of like open sharing of information and like listen to this music or check this video out. It's 15 minutes long, but people will like actually check stuff out and like exchange different music recommendations. Yeah. So it's been a really interesting community right now. No ads, It's like
yeah, that's no one. Yeah, it's cool to meet with people and connect with stuff. Also, I think I don't know, without any transition. Also, I say that I would ask you what T-shirt you're wearing right now.
Oh yeah, this is this is from a recent run that we did. Some people here probably saw it on our Instagram. So I have a print shop called The Little Black Egg. And I've been printing T-shirts for about 20 years on and off. I've had this shop for about 10 or so years, and we're based in San Francisco. And we've been doing a lot of shirts with this artist out of, she's on the East Coast now, and her name is Tempest. And if you follow our Instagram, and you can kind of just see there's a picture of the shirt right there, you can go and check that link. Actually, there's a link to her stuff in there. She did the design, and she's actually written books about witchcraft sigilry, and so those symbols are all different sigils that represent, focusing power on, positivity and change and forward movement and different things kind of regarding like what we're dealing with today. So essentially, it's an esoteric, artistic statement against racism, hatred, bigotry, and kind of focusing your magical energies towards, escaping those confines. So we did that run about a month ago, and we raised a bunch of money for Black Business Collective. And I think we're going to do another run of those. It's been a U.S. only thing. We're trying to talk about maybe opening it up, but we'll see how that goes. But basically, we're just going to probably try to do another run of this design, and maybe down the line a different garments choice or something like that. But anyway, that's what that design is from.
Yeah, and if I want to get one, I posted the Instagram link, so I guess from Instagram there's a website, and that's from there you can order it.
Well, you can't order it. It was just a limited run. There was a deadline. It was a pre-order, so we did it to order. But we will do another one, I think, soon. If you just follow the Instagram and just kind of keep an eye on that, you'll see when we do the next run, and you just gotta kind of put your size in and pre-order it. And you can print it.
All right, that sounds cool. So please, everybody, follow
I think we did 150 the last run. I think 150 to 170, something like that.
Yeah. So that gives me the opportunity to say, please follow this Instagram, The Little Black Egg. There's also Jeff Instagram, Alphastare. Sorry if I was fast scrolling. So also the Instagram on Alphastare, so follow Jeff there. Your music Bandcamp also. I'm following you also to get the new release.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's quite nice. Also, while at bit, please click follow also on the stream, on the YouTube stream. Please click subscribe with a little bell, so you're notified of the next show. Usually I post the next show. I'll post it today, so you can come in and click the remind me. Turn the reminder on so you're ready for next Saturday.
Definitely check out Sarah Bella Reid. She's really interesting.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I see we are roughly at the top of the hour, so I'm going to do another run of news, but first, I don't know if there's anything you would like to conclude or chat. Did we forget anything?
I think we covered most of it. I'm pretty happy with the state of things right now as far as like being able to share my music on these streams and stuff, because it's a lot easier than having to I did want to talk a tiny bit about that. It's actually really nice to be able to see people indulge in their systems, live. Because you can't really do that in a physical venue. You can't drag out all this stuff. And a lot of people have a lot of modular gear. It's kind of a thing, So it's like it's kind of nice to be able to see people that are able to just kind of settle into their art and create a patch over a week or what have you and perform it, whether it's a 20-minute piece or a 15-minute piece or whatever, an hour or what have you. It's kind of cool to see that. So,
Yeah, I see that at Resident because, people come and then they perform, and at the end, there's a lot of people coming to talk to the artist. So we leave a little bit of time, but at the same time, we want to close the shop and go home as organizers. So there's always, leaves us some time for people to chat, but at the same time, we don't want it to drag on too long because.
I miss the socializing in person, of course, but we're socializing online right now, and I think it might be better right now for us because I feel like people are being more kind of connected than they were before.
I think PK is a little bit better for that because they show your performing. They've got a camera. When it was in person, they have a camera above your gear so you can see the person performing, and then with a Q&A you've got time to discuss.
Kind of taking some of the mystery out of it, which is kind of nice in some regards. And you can also just you can just kind of be more loose with it and not be as under pressure, just dealing with like transporting your gear. I mean, this is expensive stuff too. You don't want to always be like hauling around like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of gear and then hoping it works and So it takes a little bit of stress off. I do I've been playing live and playing on stages. I played, a ton of different clubs, just about every club in San Francisco, and I've been doing that live for years, so I've kind of got my fill of the live thing. I love the energy of it, but at the same time,
yeah, sometimes also it's
I understand the pressure. I've been hauling gear. I'm a bass player too, so I, two 15 cabinets and an Ampeg head, and those are pretty big amplifiers floating around.
Yeah. Well, yeah, also sometimes for me it's the fact that I'm going to unplug everything and then I go perform and then you replug, you re-unplug, you come back home, and then I don't know, my gear stay for several days before I replug it back.
Yeah, it's a daunting task putting the studio back together. So that's basically what you're doing. You're dismantling your studio and then taking it to the stage and then putting it back together again. It's not just like grabbing a guitar and a couple of amps and going somewhere.
So sometimes I'm not motivated to play at a show because I know that I will have to dismantle a patch I'm working on, even if it's the patch that I'm going to perform. But sometimes.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll probably be releasing new music soon, so I haven't done a lot of releases on my Bandcamp. I just released that one thing recently that's about a couple months old, just one kind of long track. But I've been working on a ton of stuff, so I'm definitely going to be putting out some more stuff on my Bandcamp. It'll be better quality than the older stuff. A lot of those are just self-release, kind of sound collage, more bass, so those are pretty fun listens, but they're kind of more lo-fi and intimate. So hopefully I'll be upping my production level a little bit here and releasing some interesting music soon. And hopefully I'll be working with maybe with Nathan Moody on a release as well. So I can talk to him about mastering some of my stuff. So
yeah, no, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I posted your Bandcamp link, so people just go there, follow, and then check the box, give my email address, but also Bandcamp. I've got messaging. I see Monica B started to follow me on Bandcamp, so that's cool. I'm taking this opportunity also, get on Bandcamp, follow Alphastare, follow me also, and
still got to get your CD. I was hoping to just grab one from you in person because you released it, I think, right before lockdown. But order that.
Yeah, I would have brought them to a resident and try to do sales there.
I figured I would see you at some point, I'll just grab one from Franck because I like to do it like that,
Yeah, that's nice. But I've been shipping them. I've sent to a few people in San Francisco, so USPS is not bad. It takes a couple of days.
Totally.
Yeah. So let me go back to the news. Oh yeah, and I think also one thing we didn't chat, and I don't know, we'll leave the mystery. I'll post the link.
You see Quantum Space in the chat there. That's the guy who wrote this piece right here.
Who are the Shrimp Punks?
Yeah.
A lot of people joined today are part of the Shrimp Punks community, so that's cool.
Definitely. So yeah, Quantum Space in the chat, he wrote this article here about the stream punks, the whole kind of started the Quantum Vendors streaming extravaganza, and where a bunch of people kind of met and started a movement that basically just jumps from stream to stream and wazas the streams.
Oh yeah, you have to do you have to do another waza.
Yeah, it's a greeting basically. It's the stream punk's battle cry.
Yeah. Waza.
Yeah, John Wise, otherwise known as Quantum Space.
Okay, yes, Quantum Space, Rose, Monica Rack, who else do I have? Mariana is still over there, since some music. HR Terror also joined.
Usual suspects.
Alright, so let me go over the reminder and I'll leave you the last word for the end and then we'll conclude. So this is my site, pitchymango.org. So I'm gonna press the link. From there you can find my Bandcamp, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, whatever you like. Just reminding people that I've got the support of all these people on Bandcamp, so I use the community supporters feature on Bandcamp, so you can join for $20 a year. Would be awesome to have you. That allowed to pay some of the cost, the bandwidth, the organization, some piece of software and stuff like that. So thank you to all these people for supporting me over these years. We were talking about the DVD that's here on Bandcamp. It's a bundle DVD plus a CD from the last album. So somebody told me that the most common note in circulation is the $20, so I'm trying to find something at $20 that has got value. Because if you sell it at 10, then you need to have change. $20, everybody has got $20 in their pocket.
Yeah, sell for 20.
We've got PKSF who's back, so follow it on Instagram. That's next Wednesday.
Me on Peak.
So it's back and it will be online, so Instagram, and then it's also on the YouTube channel. We've got Resident, that was last Tuesday, so the event is up on bayimproviser.com. Maybe I can put the link in the chat. You can sign up as long as it's electronic music. It's your performance, less than 20 minutes. And you upload it on YouTube as unlisted video, so it stays hidden until the show, and then after you can publish it. Public and we'll have get it together, watch it together, and we started to also have a video chat, so we can all video chat and watch it together.
Might send in another one in a couple of weeks for that, rather than the next couple.
Yeah, you were on the last one. That was an awesome piece, and please continue to contribute now that you figure it out how to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sometimes it's the first step. How do I do the first one, and then after? Oh, okay.
Yeah. After I did Resonant, though, that actually involved having OBS and everything. So this was nowhere near as nearly as technically, involved. And that wasn't that difficult either. Using the OBS system. But this is so easy, just clicking on a link basically and talking to you.
Yeah, and resonant frequency is on the. I should change so people can see the bigger screen. Resonant frequency is on the 2nd August also, as we were talking about it. So Sunday start at 6 p.m. usually, and it's all live streams. So yeah, I was showing Peaked, I was showing their Instagram site, and all the people that are helping to support this show. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the main screen and I'm checking everybody. I see Derek Doherty that joined, Malaki, DB Palwan, also named Wabi Sabi from Seattle, Quantum Space, HR Terror, Piff Puff, who joined us on the video. Where did we have on the video? Yes, Dave joined, Mariana, Rose Niemann, Monica Rax, Franck Semi. I'm just trying to go a little bit. Vorman Xcode, Datalek,
Jan Borman,
Anna Ogban, and Asio Peak, so Richard was there. John Lee also. Enjoying the show from Central Mexico. Awesome. Benjamin Aizo, Yomi Katamura. I think I'm missing more people. So that was awesome for you. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, follow, all these things on the Alphastare site, on my site, and you've got the word for the end before I launch the outro.
I just want to say to stay safe, everybody. Enjoy the music. Keep creating. And thanks for watching the show. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Alphastare. That was awesome to have you.
Cool, man.
Cool. Catch you later.
Okay. Just disconnect or do we hang out for a second?
I'm just launching the outro. Here we go.